everyone, Scott the Scottman. We're here to do a driving video today. We are heading east on M-60. We're here in the village of Tekonsha, Michigan. And we'll be heading east from I-69. It'll head all the way to where M-60 ends over to the west of Jackson, Michigan, over at I-94. Gotta do a little quick stop here first. But not too bad of a day, although there's a lot of clouds out, so it's, yeah, like mostly cloudy out right now. Okay, so we got 34 miles to Jackson, 10 miles to Homer, although the M-60 doesn't go all the way to Jackson, just goes to the west of it. But just coming back up from Fort Wayne, Indiana, I was down there for the weekend, and a lot more clouds up here in Michigan compared to how things are down in Indiana. Other than that, not too bad of a day, and the car thermometer is reading 41 degrees Fahrenheit. If you convert that to Celsius, it's around 5 degrees, so not too bad out. It's typical for what you see for early to mid-November here in southern Michigan. So in this video, we're primarily going to be driving through the Michigan countryside. We'll be going through a couple different towns along the way. I already filmed 2 driving videos today already. I did 2 down in Indiana. I did one on I-469 down in the Fort Wayne, Indiana area, and then I did another one on I-69 in northeast Indiana, starting off just to the south of Fort Wayne, heading up to the Indiana Toll Road, just south of the Michigan-Indiana border. Yeah, a little fun fact, this is normally not my way home to Michigan from Indiana. Typically, from like central or northeast Indiana, because typically I take 24 going into Ohio over toward Toledo and then come up either I-75 or US Highway 23. But I figure since I did the I-69 videos, like I might as well go this way. Plus that way I can avoid the road work that they're doing on I-94 in the western part of Jackson County, like between Jackson and Albion. Yep, the traffic is quite light this morning, but 1, it is a Sunday morning, and 2, it's not a super busy highway by any means, because it's mainly a country highway. And we're entering Clarendon Township. They have these really nice looking farmhouses in the area. Yeah, overall, I had a nice little weekend trip, and yeah, as I was saying in my previous driving video, I need to do more of these, just because they're nice little quick getaways, and they're not too extravagant to where I have to travel super far and feel like I get home and feel like I need a vacation from the vacation. And plus, yeah, staying down in Fort Wayne, Indiana, like the hotel rate was pretty good for a 3-star hotel. I stayed at a 3-star hotel, Fairfield Inn. Fairfield Inns are they're at the lowest end of the Marriott chain, but they could be pretty good though. And the one I stayed at in Fort Wayne was a 3-star, and it was pretty nice. And it was like $110, $120, including tax, for the one night, and pretty good. Plus, with the free breakfast and complimentary parking, it's like you cannot get better than that. Unless I was to use points and get a free night, but I think that would have been silly to use points to get a free night for a hotel that's low cost. It's like I might as well save points to stay at a really good hotel, let's say in New York City or something. Because that's what I did 2 years ago when I stayed in New York City. So I got to stay in Midtown, like right off Broadway. And thanks to using a bunch of points, I was able to get a huge discount. But yeah, it's like if you travel a lot, yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of all the different rewards programs. Like for Marriott Bonvoy, for all the Marriott branded hotels, there's also a similar rewards program for all the Hilton hotels. And that includes all the Hampton branded hotels too, because I feel like the Hamptons are pretty popular. And there's a good rewards program for Hyatt as well too. And I know like IHG, which is like the brand that includes Holiday Inn and Holiday Inn Express, that one's another one too. There's also Choice Hotels. But yeah, I currently only have a rewards program with Marriott Bonvoy, so it's like I always stay at the Marriott branded hotels. So it's like, yeah, if anybody's watching who works for Marriott, it's like I'd love to be an affiliate for Marriott. Because that way it's like I can get rewards for it, get discounts, and at the same time help you stay in some great Marriott branded hotels, because I've always been a fan of them. They do a really good job with their hotels. Like I always check the reviews though too, just to make sure that everything's up to par. But I've always had a good experience with them, and their rewards program's pretty nice too. And let's just say it's like if you sign up for the rewards programs, which they're free to join. Again, like this is not a sponsorship or anything like that. I'm just saying it because I really like the rewards programs. It's like you can, it's like, especially if you have to stay at a hotel where you have to pay for the internet, join the rewards program because you get free internet. And it's like if you get enough points on them, or you stay in enough nights where you can increase your ranking to where it's like to where you get even better rewards, such as late checkouts or free breakfasts at the higher end hotels where normally you have to pay like $25 for a breakfast buffet. You can get that for free if you're at a high enough level. I think like for the Marriott Bonvoy rewards program, I think if you get to the titanium status, you can get free breakfast at the high-end hotels. And it also helps too, like if you also apply for the credit card associated with that rewards program. Like I have the Chase card that's called like the Marriott not Bonvoy, but the Marriott Boundless card or something like that. I'm not sure exactly sure what type of card or what it's exactly called, but because I'm able to accrue points just by using that card. Again, it's like as I was just saying, it's like this is not a sponsor. They're not sponsoring me or paying me to say this. Like I'm just saying it's because I really like the rewards with that. But it's like if you use your credit card responsibly, you pay off your bills every month. You don't like you making sure you pay everything on time. You don't accrue debt or anything. It could be a huge asset. get you to staying for free and again some free nights. Alright, so we're now entering the village of Homer. And a little fun fact, back in the summer of 2020, I filmed a video of Homer, Michigan. I checked out the village of Homer, but I also went to Concord, Michigan, which will be the next community we'll drive through. So this is my first time driving through both communities since I did that video back in 2020. So it's great to be back. But yeah, the village of Homer is just a nice little small village. There's not a whole lot going on. Got mainly just small local businesses. And also M-99 goes through here too. So if you take M-99 south, that'll take you down toward Hillsdale. And then we'll run concurrently very briefly with M-99 here. Oh yeah, and I remember this park over here. It's like there's a nice little park off to the right, and yeah, this is the Kalamazoo River. And you get some really nice views of the Kalamazoo River, including the bridge for M-60. Okay, 24 miles to go till Jackson. Again, we're not going all the way to Jackson in this video. Saying before we got into Homer, it's like, yeah, it's like those reward programs for hotels are really nice, and also join, and of course you fly a lot, yeah, definitely join the ones for the airlines, because of course there's SkyTeam for like the Delta, for all the Delta flights here in the U.S., and then of course there's Star Alliance for United and One World for American. And if you fly internationally, or if you're in Europe, then of course there's other airlines which go along with those same rewards programs. Like with Star Alliance, for example, I know there's like Lufthansa. There's a whole bunch of them. So I know like Lufthansa's a big one. There's Aegean Airlines for Greece, Austrian Airlines. There's Croatia Airlines. There's Air Canada. SkyTeam has Air France, KLM, Korean Air, many others. And then One World has like British Airways and... Oh yeah, and then with Star Alliance, I forgot, there's also Turkish Airlines. And this is a really cool stretch of M60 right here. It's like you got a little boulevard here, so it's like we got a little area of wetlands in the median between both sides of M60. So it's pretty cool that they have this here. And there's even a house off to the left too, so it's like you can say that you live in between M60 and M60. And then coming up here, this is where M99 continues north, which M99 heads up to Albion, and then it continues north up toward Eden Rapids before ending up in Lansing. But we'll continue east going toward Jackson, which going into Jackson is 21 miles, and then Concord 6 miles from here. And here's where the boulevard ends, and then it just becomes a two-lane highway. also rewards programs too for like the rental car agencies too, like Hertz and Avis. Although I don't use those very often. Like the only time I use those is when I fly somewhere and I need to rent a car. So those are probably the ones I use the least. Although the nice thing about having like rewards programs like for Hertz, for example, because is that like for being a Hertz Gold member is that you can, especially if you rent a car from the airport, they got a special area to where it's like you don't have to go to the counter and check in and all that. You can go right to the lot with all the rental cars. They'll have your name listed on the board and it'll let you know where you can pick up your car. Whether it's whether they give you a specific space number to where they've already assigned you a specific vehicle, or if they assign you a specific zone where you take any car you like in that zone. Which is really nice to where it's like you get to choose which vehicle you like. Because yeah, I admit, it's like having a choice is always a great thing. We are now crossing over into Jackson County and also Concord Township. Yeah, that's all I'll say about the rewards programs, because I've gone on quite a while about that, and again, it's like I'm not being paid by any of the companies to say any of that. I'm just promoting, you know, just because they're very useful, and I find a lot of use with them. So yep, the countryside of southern Michigan, yeah, this is a common place where it's like you got these gentle rolling hills, although the hills can be a little bit bigger when you go over into the Irish Hills area. But just these gentle rolling hills and a lot of farmland. And this is pretty much the case as you go all the way west toward the west side of the state. Going over toward the coastline with Lake Michigan. A lot of pumpkins still for sale, and yeah, for the pumpkins I just saw at the farm over there, they look really nice too. Because pumpkins, it's like when it comes to pumpkins, they're not just for decoration at Halloween. Because yeah, it's like you can easily carve out a pumpkin, make eyes out of it, and you turn into a jack-o'-lantern. But it's like pumpkins are basically they're part of the squash family. So it's like you can have pumpkin soup, you can have pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread, pumpkin cookies. You can bake a lot of great things with pumpkin. And if you like coffee, you can get pumpkin spiced coffee anytime you go to like all those different coffee places. Whether it's like Starbucks or Big B Coffee, Caribou Coffee, like all the big coffee chains. And I'm sure that like a lot of the different mom and pop places too, you can also get pumpkin flavored coffee as well too. It's not, I can't imagine it would just be limited to the big chains. I'm not really a coffee drinker, so it's like I've not gone in to get like a pumpkin spice coffee or anything. And we are now entering the village of Concord. Although I think we're primarily passing by the main part of it. Well, we'll see a part of it, but because again, I haven't been over here in like 3 years. So to go into the village of Concord, yeah, as you can see, we're not going through downtown. You have to make a right turn here at Main Street, and that'll take you into downtown Concord. Oh yeah, I've been to that Jack's Barbecue before. Oh, I wonder, that it's not for sale sign, so they may have closed. Which, if that's the case, that's a shame, because I remember them having really good barbecue. Because yeah, I think June or July of 2020, I remember doing the video in Concord and Homer, and I stopped at that Jack's Barbecue for lunch and had some really good, they had some really good barbecue inside. But yeah, it'd be a shame if they're not open anymore. But of course, M-60 is not a heavily traveled highway, so it's like it does not get all the heavy traffic that like I-94 does. Yep, so 5 miles till Spring Arbor, 15 miles to go into downtown Jackson. So Spring Arbor will be the last village we'll be driving through in this video. But it's like with the freeways, it's like the majority of traffic avoids these highways like this, so it's like businesses or restaurants may tend to struggle to get customers in. Video I filmed in the past 3 hours, so it's like after a while my throat dries up and I need to keep myself hydrated a little bit more than normal. The good news for me is that this is my last drawing video I'm filming for the day. Plus I'm starting to run low on SD card space anyway, so I would not really be able to film much of another drawing video anyway. Enjoy filming driving videos on a Sunday morning. That's why they have the term or phrase Sunday drive. Like, I'm going for a Sunday drive, because it's just a way for people just to get out, go for a little drive, unwind, relieve stress. Just because there's not a lot of traffic out typically, except maybe people going to get breakfast or going to church or something. And then yeah, oh, anyway, we're now in Spring Arbor Township. The village itself is going to be coming up in a couple miles or so from here. But yeah, as it's middle of November right now, most of all the leaves have fallen out of the trees. Felt like it was just yesterday that all the leaves started to bloom. Yeah, 2023 has gone by quite fast, I have to say. Because there's been a lot of different travels I've done, like since like April, because I did like the road trip out to Massachusetts. There was the long weekend around Memorial Day weekend up in the Traverse City area. I went up to northern Wisconsin in early July, around the 4th of July weekend. And also flew out to Calgary, Alberta in the middle of July. And then early September, I had my big trip to Istanbul and also to the Republic of Georgia. And then just this weekend went to Fort Wayne. And then in between, just done a lot of things around the state of Michigan. I still gotta get through the rest of 2023, but I'm already looking forward to doing some stuff in 2024. Okay, and we are now entering the village of Spring Arbor. So yeah, unlike Concord or even Homer, we're going more into the heart of Spring Arbor. But there's even a university here in Spring Arbor. You got Spring Arbor University. It's a small university. It's not anything huge. It's not like the University of Michigan or Michigan State University or even like Central Michigan, Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan. But Spring Arbor is big enough to even have McDonald's. There's even a couple of gas stations out here too. You see a Citgo, a Marathon. There's also a dollar store. And it looks like we got a traffic light we'll be stopping at up ahead. Oh yeah, there's even a little small grocery store. Nothing too crazy. Also, Comerica Bank here. So there's a little... Oh! Perfect timing. Alright, so for where we are right now, we got 10 miles if we're going into downtown Jackson, but 7 miles until we get to I-94. So, again, we're going to I-94 in this video because that's where M-60 ends. Alright, so for the rest of this video, we should be just in the countryside of Michigan, because we have just left the city or the village or city limits for Spring Arbor. Yeah, a lot of leaves still falling though, but it makes it more pretty. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm looking forward to 2024, but there's still more 2023 left because there's still Thanksgiving, and of course there's the holiday season, and then I'm still looking to plan some type of a trip to do like right after Christmas, like I always like to do. Not sure exactly where yet though, so that's still in the works. Billboard for Big B Coffee, like they're now promoting holiday drinks now. Like it's not just pumpkin anymore. It's now like all the peppermint stuff. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop at this light completely. Thankfully, the traffic light was not all that long, just because, yeah, again, this is the main highway here. Yeah, so many clouds out this morning to where it's like I've even had to take off the sunglasses. so coming up momentarily, yeah, we're getting ready to come. Oh, excuse me, my voice was giving out there. So we're now entering the freeway portion of M60. So like the last bit of M60, as it approaches I-94, this is becoming a free. Well, it's not a freeway yet, but it's just a divided highway here. So Spring Arbor Road branches off of M60 over here. I've got another traffic light coming up here. Spring Arbor Road, if you were to stay on that, that'll take you into downtown Jackson. Look, it's about to turn green, so I'm going to keep it going. Although, okay, it's like the car was stopping a little early, but oh well. So Spring Arbor Road, that'll take you into downtown Jackson. But now we're, for the last bit of M60, this is like the small freeway portion. So for the last 2 or 3 miles, this is going to be all freeway. There's another exit for downtown Jackson coming up here too. So if you didn't get off over at Spring Arbor, you can get off at this exit over here. Because yeah, right now we're just to the west of downtown Jackson, just a few miles off to the east of here. Here's the exit. So if you get off here at this exit, that is Michigan Avenue, and that'll take you into downtown Jackson. Oh yeah, and the airport for Jackson's just off to the right too. Alright, so we're approaching in about half a mile to the exit for I-94, and this is where M60 officially ends up ahead. So this is the eastern end of M60. So I hope you enjoy this video of M60 going east from I-69 near Tekonsha, Michigan, all the way over to where it ends at I-94, just west of Jackson, Michigan. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button and don't forget to click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out on any future adventures. Well, thanks for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scottman, signing out.